Hello and welcome to Blockchain Gaming World with me, John Jordan. So, having a look at what's going on with Habbo. Habbo is a project that's actually been around for, is it 21 years or something? So it started out as a Habbo Hotel, was what it was originally called. This sort of isometric pixel sort of online community, one of the first sort of online communities for kids out of Finland, Salaka. Salaka was the developer, still is the developer, and it's sort of gone through a sort of weird time as these long projects tend to do. So it had a lot of sort of blowback over the last decade with a whole bunch of stuff that kid focused platforms generally have around adults doing bad things in those communities. But anyway, they've have a sort of I wouldn't say necessarily reinventing itself, but it's interesting that it has got into NFTs. So there's one of the people there is really into NFTs, and it looks like they have sort of driven through this project. And they have, I mean, typical sort of project that we have on the Ethereum NFT space at the moment. So we have actually it's more than 10,000 items. They're actually minting 12,500, I think, in total. But they basically did an auction for 10,000 of these items. They did a Dutch auction, so the starting price was 0.5 ETH, and you bought them blind, so you didn't know what you were getting. And basically, every hour the price dropped by 0.01 ETH, and it was going to bottom out at 0.1 ETH. So basically, it's going to drop over a number of days. It looked like actually some people sort of like about 1,000 got sold in the first sort of hour or so. So some keen people got in there. And then it looked like nothing was happening for a day or so, and then suddenly they all got bought up. I'm not quite sure what price, but basically, so it's one of these 12 projects that's interesting. I think this is interesting because this is sort of an attempt to retrofit blockchain to a existing product that's gone through a few cycles, but has sort of cachet. I'm not necessarily sure it's a sort of a AAA. I'm not sure that Habbo is sort of a AAA IP in the sense that everyone sort of knows it. I think you had to be in a certain generation to get involved with it, because obviously, you know, in more recent times there's been sort of Minecraft and Roblox, which are not exactly the same, but similar sort of things. There's been a lot more online sort of platforms for kids. I mean, Club Penguin, all these sort of things. But it is interesting that I guess it's what is now a somewhat niche IP brand, but has been used by probably hundreds of millions of people. It's sort of getting back into NFTs, and NFTs are sort of good at that. NFTs, if you have a sort of a characteristic art style, so you might look at these and not know they're Habbo, but if you have ever played Habbo, you would sort of make that connection. These avatars. So they've sold these, and I guess that's sort of like a proof of concept that people are interested in. Obviously, as happens on sort of blockchain NFTs, if you can sort of get a bit of momentum going, then a whole bunch of people who have loads of ETH sort of ape into these things and buy them all up. So this is not saying that this sort of launch means the new product is going to be successful, but what they are trying to do now is because Habbo and Salaka as a company, they know how to build products, so they know how to build sort of interactive spaces and mini games and that sort of thing. So you can kind of start to see now they've got these NFT holders, they can start to do some stuff. They've got a user base of what we've got 3,000 wallets. So they've got a sort of a bit of a sort of a community to start working with, and they can start doing things with that community. So it's interesting to see how that goes. And I kind of think this is interesting for other projects that have been, they've been around in the game space, in the sort of online space, that have some sort of niche community, may have been bigger in the past, but now they can mint NFTs that are not directly working in their main product, but they can start to build around those. I mean, you could imagine, I'm not suggesting they're going to do this, but you can imagine if Blizzard did a sort of World of Warcraft sort of NFTs that were just, people used them in their Twitter feeds, the whole sort of PFP sort of profile image stuff. That would be massive, because the NFTs just allow you to re-engage with communities, and obviously you have a price on these things. So let's have a quick look at the price. So currently we have 11,600 of these things created. There's a whole bunch that are going to be given away. So we have 3,100 owners. Floor price, this is the price of the cheapest one. So 0.77 is the cheapest one we have. If you want to go in and buy one straight away, we've had 4. So not an enormous amount of volume traded at the moment. Only 4,000 ETH. So what's that at the moment? That's about $12 million. So these are the ones that currently we're looking at price on OpenSea. We're looking at price low to high. So these are the ones with the top bids. So if you want to get involved in bidding, you can start to sort of bid for these ones. If you want to look at the sort of buy now price, if you just want to come in and buy one, you can see there are actually, so the floor price is actually a bit low. So 0.75. So what's that about? It's about $1,600, something like that. And we can see, there's sort of kind of these cool, the typical sort of this sort of project where you have these sort of randomized sort of attributes. So obviously you have sort of male or female, we have the t-shirts, we have the hair, we have sort of the shoes, these sort of clouds around their heads or bubbles or whatever these sort of crystals are, some sort of robot type ones. There's some other animals. I can find there's some pigs. That's got a sort of breathing mask. There's a VR mask as well. There's a pig one. So you can sort of, they hats on fire with a mask. So you can kind of see the usual sort of stuff when people start working out or deciding these ones are more rare than others, and these ones are more valuable. And I don't think that's really happened yet. I like this one, the guys with a brain, visible brain. I mean, this is quite a good one. It's got sort of dreads and mad glasses, and it's got weird shoes, and sort of mermaid one here, and sort of mermaid robot. So you can kind of see these are quite characteristic that people might go, oh, that one's really me, because I wear a big hat with an arrow in it or something. I don't know. So let's have a look. Let's see what's been actually recently sold. So what people buying. So we can kind of see here. There's some fairly decent sort of prices going on. So this one's just been. So that, you can see this is what they got bought at. So people are trying to flip these. So they're buying them at 0.8 and putting these ones looking like they're going to be valuable. This one's aliens are always seen as being valuable. That's kind of a cool mask. So some of these prices are now looking pretty big. That's quite a nice one, isn't it? I mean, you can kind of see aesthetically people are going to go for that. Maybe not 10 ETH worth, but oh, that's a cool one. Look at that. I think someone would buy that one for 1.3. That's not very much. So anyway, there's always, I mean, not investment advice. Oh, there's looks like some. Let's have a look at this one. It's like some sort of zombie alien one. Oh, it's just called green, is it? Oh, he's a zombie. So 3% of them are zombies. Everyone loves zombies. So the usual sort of stuff going on here. I'm rambling around to kind of point out these really cool ones. But what's interesting, I think, is it's a re-engagement of a community. And if you get enough people in there, then suddenly you sort of fall down a rabbit hole and you go, oh, is that one undervalued because it should be worth like 0.2 ETH more or something like that. So that's sort of human nature. So we'll see what goes on with Habbo. I think what's interesting for this is a lot of these sort of projects sort of come together in a decentralized manner, and they don't really have anyone sort of quite in charge of them. Obviously, this is coming together from a company, in Finland, so not a sketchy company at all, and they have committed to sort of building some stuff around this. So there will be some utility, some functionality around these NFTs. Whether that makes them more valuable or not, I don't know. But it does mean that you will be able to do something with them rather than just sort of having them as your sort of Twitter feed. Images. Anyway, that's all I had for today. Thanks for watching. This is Blockchain Gaming World, where we're interested in how gaming and blockchains are coming together, and in lots of different ways. There's no right or wrong way, but interesting nevertheless. So please subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and see you again soon.